Let me hit you with something.
I'm ready.
What is it with you? What is it with you and flight attendants? This is the second. We're going to start with the story. This is the second flight attendant.
I fly a lot.
Story. No, it's not. I think you're.
I'm obsessed with flight attendants.
My wife is a flight attendant.
She
now.
is. She's fantastic.
A new flight attendant. She's fantastic.
That I know.
And now you're picking out these stories, and I'm not sure I like this story.
You don't like this one?
Well, let's not go after flight attendants.
I'm not going after the flight attendant
I think you're personally going after my wife.
Okay, well, you can believe what you want, Gaydos, but I want to tell you and take you on board a JetBlue flight.
What was the thing we talked about yesterday, flight attendant? What was that story?
The one they made the plane turn around because a guy called a flight attendant a waiter.
Yeah, I would turn the flight around too. Don't you dare disrespect my wife, who's an awesome flight attendant.
Don't say waiter or waitress because I'll turn the plane around.
All right, what's this one about?
So, you got to imagine we're on a JetBlue flight. Minding our own business. There's a guy. There's always a guy who became angry and engaged in a verbal confrontation with a flight attendant because she was wearing a Palestinian flag on her uniform. That's the story.
That's it.
Cops were called on the passenger when they landed. He was escorted off of the plane.
Okay.
He was not allowed to return on JetBlue. They canceled his return flight, I guess. And, he was, they said that both the flight attendants, plural, cabin crew,
right,
and this guy were going back and forth at some point.
Okay. I'm really surprised that an airline would allow a flight attendant to wear that.
Really?
Yeah, I am. Because most airlines are very strict on how you dress, what you wear, what you can wear, what you can't wear.
Can I tell you what I would assume?
What's that?
So I fly international. Any of you that have done this know that whatever the lapel pins they're wearing are the languages they speak.
Okay.
So I would assume that someone wearing that pin speaks Arabic.
I wouldn't assume that.
Really?
No.
And I would assume if they're wearing a German pin, they speak German. Like, that's what I've always seen on flight attendants.
It's plausible.
Well, but again, when you travel internationally, that's what it means.
Yeah.
So that you can find someone that speaks the language you're looking to speak.
I think a lot of people are looking at that flag right now and saying, you know what? I didn't like it on George Washington in the statue. I didn't like it. Who the hell did they put that on a couple of weeks ago? Was it Benjamin Franklin? Was it in Philadelphia?
I don't remember that story, but I'll take your word for it.
And I get it. I mean, you know, we've been talking about not only the war, but we've talked about college kids and, you know, and it's such a small number too. I mean, I think that's something that we forget. It's such a small number of kids that, okay, they're in love with the Palestinians. Do they really know what's going on over there? Who knows? Maybe they've really studied it. Maybe they haven't. Maybe it's just for them it's a fad. Maybe they want to just be included in something. I really don't know. It could be all of them.
Anything you want in your uniform, right?
But listen, I think you got to avoid any kind of argument on a plane, no matter what. But
she didn't start the argument.
I get it. I get that.
And there was a plane full of people. Only one guy wanted to argue.
I know. I think that flag is starting to spark some anger, and there's no question about it.
Yeah, but so does the pride, a rainbow flag. So does Black Lives Matter.
Absolutely.
So does, insert everyone here.
Right. But I think right this very second, I see the Palestinian flag, and I know that there are some people who are angry about it.
But what if another passenger was wearing it?
Yeah.
I mean, where does that line, do you see what I'm saying?
But if you work for an airline and JetBlue allowed you to do this.
Up until recently,
now they're not going to allow you to do it.
They're going to change their uniform policy that there are only approved pins. Now, I don't know what's going to be approved or not approved, and I don't even know if the Palestinian flag will be approved in the future.
Right.
My guess is it won't.
I was talking to a couple of friends of mine who are former military, and they were saying, you know, the Palestinian flag on the George Washington statue, and they burned the American flag. And, you know, it goes without saying, you know, they went and fought, so you have the right to do all that stuff. But it doesn't mean that they like it. It doesn't mean they like the flag. I don't like any of that stuff.
You don't have to like it in the slightest.
No, I hate it.
Absolutely. Hate it all you want. Right. I don't have a problem with it.
Right.
I don't have to like it.
Right, exactly.
I don't like when people burn the flag.
I
understand they have a right to do so.
Yeah, I do too. But I think that flag is starting to, I think a lot of people are saying, if you're wearing that flag, you're anti-American.
Really?
I do.
The Palestinian flag means you're anti-American.
Yeah, you don't like this country.
I can understand you saying anti-Israeli. I don't understand the anti-American part.
Yeah, anti-American.
I really don't. I'm being dead serious.
Yeah, listen, I'm just saying from what I see out there. Yeah, if you're wearing that flag, you might not know, you might not be educated enough to talk about the issue you think you know all about. But also, there's a lot of, as I said, the burning of an American flag. You're taking extreme examples and you're projecting it onto a JetBlue flight attendant I'm just saying,
who's wearing a pin.
I get that. I get it. The guy should never have started something.
Right, and I mean, there's no evidence she was burning an American flag prior to this.
Of course not.
Right.
Yeah. No, I totally understand that. This guy is wrong. He shouldn't have done what he did. I'm just saying, I think we should acknowledge that after seeing all these protests and stuff and people holding up the Palestinian flag, I think it's starting to anger people. I think that's pretty obvious.
I love it.
I like the Palestinian flag.
I want you to get angry. I love people that get angry at people's exercise of free speech. I enjoy the hell out of it.
But I know you do.
I genuinely enjoy it.
I think that some people say, well, why don't you go and help them over there?
Maybe they are.
I don't know.
They're not?
I don't know.
Maybe they're just against war.
Could be.
How do you know?
Maybe they just don't want to graduate college. Maybe they don't want to. It could be all those things.
It could be all of those and more. You're absolutely
right.
I'll
give you another example. So when people see that flag, the Palestinian flag now, it's like when you were at the airport in Chicago.
Okay.
You couldn't get to the airport.
The protesters were blocking the airport.
They were blocking the street.
Palestinian protesters blocking the...
It doesn't help your cause.
Yeah, but I don't equate a flag pin, a lapel pin...
Not a flag pin. No.
To blocking the airport.
I get it. No, but it's the same flag. And so I think when people see, they're blocking the streets.
Yeah, but wait a minute. So you can make the argument that these lunatics that go around with the Confederate flag next to the American flag, I'm supposed to go, well, don't wear an American flag because I'm going to assume you like the Confederacy also?
Well, there are a lot of people that like the Confederacy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hold on a second. I'm unwilling to let you own that image.
I think there's a lot of people that love the Confederate flag, and I look at it and I'm like, I don't like that either.
I saw an idiot. I took a picture of it. Didn't I show you the guy with the Confederate flag and the American flag on his truck? And I'm like, I don't think you understand what either of those flags mean. I think you're a moron. I agree. But I refuse to let him own the American flag and equate it with the Confederacy.
It's interesting in this day and age what really can tick people off. And a little lapel pin of a Palestinian flag on a plane. You've got to think to yourself,
just flair.
Do I want to get from point A to point B?
Yeah, but you don't have a right to do that without ever being offended or seeing something you don't like.
People are always offended by something.
You are just too big a snowflake for that and don't leave the house.
People that are always
live in a
offended
bubble. Because if I'd have been on that plane, I'd have gone after that guy also. Why don't you sit down and shut up?
You would have said that?
Oh, goddamn right. If he went after a flight attendant for wearing a lapel pin?
See, now you're backing up my wife. This is very good stuff. I like it. You've done a 180 here. I like it.
Oh, no. I'd be like, yeah. Hey, listen, and I would have really cheered when the cops took him off the plane, too. Where is he? It's that idiot right over there, officer. I saw the whole thing. I'll be a witness. All right.
The rules are different when you're on a plane. You think he's ever going to get on a JetBlue plane again?
No, they're not going to let him. Maybe if you don't want to.
What if he puts a Palestinian pin on his shirt? Do you think he can get on?
Thanks for watching Outspoken with Bruce and Gaydos. Tap to watch more from KTAR News and click the button in the middle to subscribe.